we believe that when God tells us to move, we need to move. Even though we can't understand, even though we can't see where He's going to take us, but He wants us to move, and when we move, then we will see the miracles. My name is Ansel Brown. I'm the lay pastor for the Mission Hope Seventh-day Adventist Church. We began out of the Edinburgh Church. We saw the need to have an English church in Mission. I live in Mission, and we saw that there was no English church in Mission. And so we worked with the Edinburgh Church, and 30 members from the Edinburgh Church came over as a church plant in 2010.
So a group of us, after being in Edinburgh for 15, 16 years, decided, finally it's time maybe we plant a church. The group got together, presented it to the board. Board gave its blessing, and we were able to come out here in Mission.
We moved over. We had an evangelistic series at the Border Theater, which is a theater in Mission. We had two individuals baptized from that. And we have one in our congregation today. One is in Bisbee, a lady, and she's still working there in the Lord, causing the church to grow there. After moving from the Border Theater, we moved to another site on 3 Mile Line where we rented the facility. As a matter of fact, that was a miraculous occurrence where God opened the doors for us to get that building. We were looking for a building. We checked all the Sunday churches. They said no. This pastor said, "Have you heard about the church that just closed?" And he told us where it was. We went there. The church was closed. We saw a number on the door. We called the number, and we were told that the church was closed the month before. And so we believe that the Lord closed the church a month before so that we could get that building. And so we got the building, full-fledged church with a fellowship hall, bathrooms, showers. And out of that, we started our evangelistic program in Mission. And God has blessed us tremendously.
We wanted to be able to come in and not just establish an English-speaking church in Mission, but to be able to plant a church that can serve the community and present the light that we have and the love that we want to express to those who live here.
The interesting thing is that that building was owned by the Premier Baptist Church. And so we wanted to purchase that property to renovate it and keep it as our church. But they said, "Why don't you purchase our church?" And so we came over, we looked at the building, and by God's grace, we were able to purchase a building, which is the building that we're in today. So God has blessed us tremendously in that regard. And so when we asked the conference for a loan to purchase this building, there was not much difference between the rent that we've been paying for 4 years versus the mortgage that we'll be paying. And so we were approved for the loan based on our tithe and our membership. And God had blessed us so that we have been in this building now going 2.5 years. And we've been able to pay our mortgage. Everything has been going well. When we came over, we had to renovate this building. And a member of our church, a gentleman that was an Episcopalian priest, we met him. He became a member of our church through Bible studies. And he saw the need that we had for the renovation of the church, and he gave us over $100,000 towards the renovation of this building.
After time went by, we realized exactly who he was and his heart and willingness to give to the Lord, which had been his life. He was a minister. But he had wanted to set up so that everything that he had, since he had no heirs, he wanted to give everything that he had to the Lord.
He fell in love with the members of the church. He fell in love with the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and he was the last in his line, as he always said to me, "I'm the last in my line." And he wasn't quite sure what he was going to do with his resources. But after coming to the church and he saw the things that we were doing for the community, how we reached out to the community, the social services that we were doing for the community, he decided to, in his will, give us all his assets. And he passed away a little over a year ago, and he left everything that he had for the church. He left his house with 3 acres. He left a piece of land, 10 acres, and he left a trust that was over $2 million for the church.
I've heard many people desire to do that, and actually sometimes pray that they win the lottery to be able to give to the Lord, as if God needs somebody to win the lottery for him to get money. Wants to see actually if your heart's there. And Brother Watt, his heart was there. He wanted to give, and he set it up so that on his passing, the church would be able to have the funds that were given to him by God handed straight over, so that the ministry and the gospel can continue to be used here in Mission.
And I believe that God placed him in our path because God had a plan for the Mission Hope Church. And by God's grace, we're going to be using these resources to service not only the community, but also other Seventh-day Adventist church who are in need. We also want to help the school with some of the things that they're doing over there. And so I believe that, God in his wisdom, God in his foresight placed this gentleman in our path so that the resources that he had, he could give it for God's glory.
The services that the conference and that offers in retirement and estate planning are extremely beneficial, and would have been so much so if Brother Watt would have been able to take advantage of it, because he wouldn't be coming in really after the fact. It would have been set up already. If this was somebody has this heart and this desire, the best thing to do is just reach out and contact the department so it can be walked through.
I appeal to you as pastors, look around your church. Look at the members that you have. There may be members who are sitting in your congregation that are not quite sure what they want to do with their resources when they pass. I believe that as a leader of the flock, we need to guide our members into how we manage our resources. And the Texas Conference, they have a great program, the Trust Services, where they help our members to make decisions on what should be done with the resources that they have when they have passed off. And so I appeal to you that you will contact the Texas Conference and the Trust Services Department and encourage your members to speak with them, to listen to what they have to say, because it may be that there is someone, or there are a few people there in your congregation that want to give to the Lord. Not only want to leave for their family members, their children, but they want to leave some resources so that the work of God can be carried on. We are living in the last days. God bless you all.